guys, and today I would like to talk about our continent, Africa. I'm an African, and a Kenyan to be precise. And there are so many things that that must be addressed. Like, let's talk about our collective behavior as Africans, and maybe let's discuss and let's dialogue about a few things. And being African means a lot of things. To a lot of people, maybe it means the places they live in, or maybe the places they found themselves in, or places where they found a livelihood. Maybe they moved here as a result of work and found a home. To all of us who call Africa our home, being African maybe carries different types of feelings and maybe identities. But the bottom line is that the collective, our continent's well-being, our continent's stability, and our continent's progression, one way or another, or ultimately, impacts our own individual development. And the reason why I feel inclined to start talking about, I've never been in the discussion where maybe people are talking collectively about the interest there, or the African interest. Maybe I've been operating on the scope of individual and maybe national at best. But we cannot carry on, or personally I feel like I cannot carry on beyond this point, beyond this juncture of my life. I cannot ignore the very element that dictates Africa's well-being, and continue to assume that there are people, or some people somewhere, maybe are best placed to decide what is best for our continent, without myself involved. And that's why I must add my voice. And I do not want to add maybe to a lot of the things that I find online about our continent. A lot of people have their own opinions about our continent and its fate and its future and its history, its past, its problems. And I don't want to add on to that. What I would like to maybe do is ignite a discussion that goes maybe in a different direction. And I'm inviting maybe like-minded people. You don't have to agree with me, of course. But I would like us to have a conversation that revolves around simple collaborations, simple partnerships, and simple exchanges related to commerce. I would like a discourse where people of Africa, young people of Africa, old people of Africa, people of Africa, I would like us to have a discourse. I would like us engage on how we can make collaborations easier. I'm in Nakuru town, okay, Nakuru County, based in Nakuru City, that is in Kenya. And I'll be honest. Like when we have discussions about what's going on in our continent, here in the city, we mostly talk East Africa. We mostly talk about issues that have to do with our neighbors here, mostly because of the issues that are going on across the border, and sometimes because of the encounters that we get. We being in a city, it's not a small town. You get to interact with people from all over the world, and more recently, we've been lucky to have encounters with a lot of people who move into our country from our neighboring countries, from our neighbors. And in as much as you would expect that people should be excited and should feel like we are getting an opportunity to share in culture, talk about the life in different areas, talk about the cities, talk about general stuff, like how is it like to grow up in Somalia, for example. You'd find that a lot of people are actually viewing this movement with suspicion, and it gets me curious as to what does it really mean to be African, and why is it hard, or why is it becoming why is there so much resistance for people of the same. We want to feel like we have this brotherhood, people who call Africa their mother, people who come from or of the same mother, like we are brothers and sisters. We share in the brotherhood of our continent. Why is it so hard to collaborate? Why is it so hard for me, for example, to be able to do business with someone from Lagos, for example? And why, for instance, do I not even know of maybe a product that I could import from Lagos and sell here in Nakuru City competitively? Why would it prove so difficult for me to maybe find business partners in Kampala and actually engage in a serious and deliberate like we deliberate on a partnership or a trade, for example. And these things have nothing to do. The more I'm thinking about these things, I feel like they have very little to do with our government. They have very little to do with our leaderships, and more to do with what we are allowing maybe in our minds. We allow a lot of information to control or to condition our way of thinking, so that so much so that you are more likely to trust a Western-based media outlet that tells you what's going on in Africa than you are to trust or to feel like you are inclined to do your own research. I feel like I've failed for not having contacts in Uganda, for example. I feel like I've failed if I can't pick up my phone and maybe go on to WhatsApp and chat with people from Tanzania. I feel like I'm failing because I'm not. I just turned 36. I should be having buddies from at least East Africa. I should be having people that I can actually just reach out to and seek clarification. If I see something happening going down in the DRC, for example, like it's currently happening, I should be able to get information without necessarily relying on someone else to report the occurrences. And I feel like it's not the government's fault that I do not have any of this. It's just failure. I have failed. I have failed in that element, and I do not want to continue to stay in that state. I would like to connect with my kinsmen. I would like to connect with people who call Africa their home, just like I do. We cannot remain distant, yet have one home. When you say a particular place is your home, then it means that's the place that you should be at peace. It's a place you should be free to explore. It's a place you should be able to just let loose. And this is me just making it known that now I'm ready to mingle. I'm ready to get to know or to get to network with the people from home. So let's do this. Let's get into a conversation and see what we can do. I'm open to a lot of ideas. Like, we can do things that are simple, things that are complex. We do possess a lot of talents. So I think we should talk about some of these things, and not just talk about them, but to find ways through which we can actually collaborate. Thank you, and I look forward to joining your or hearing your ideas. So get talking.